So now we are going to see how to make the front wheel. So here we are, make the front wheel. 1 second. Yeah, so this is a front wheel I made in Tinkercad. It has a bearing inside. So now I'm gonna check the size. So yeah, here I'm checking the size, and I'll just ungroup it to show you how to make it from the starting. So here's the hole I've made, and it's 32 and 8. So the height is also 8 millimeters. In Tinkercad it's measured in millimeters. So there is again the view. Okay, so I'm gonna do it from the starting. So here you go, I took the cylinder and I'm just measuring it to check the same thing on the other cylinder, and I'm going to add 32 for both. Yeah, I added 32, and now I'm gonna add the height. But before that, we need to make sides, barrel and segments full, so that it looks like an actual wheel. So now it looks like an actual wheel. I'm gonna fit the size also 32. So here's the upper part, and now I have to make the hole for the bearing. It's the exact same one as the one I made previously. So here you go, I'm bringing it over here, and all I need to do is take it up a little bit and add it, and then group it together. So when you group a hole and a solid together, there becomes like a hole. So we'll need to fit the bearing in that hole which we made. So again, fitting it. So sometimes you may know why I'm not using it, but once we start building it, once we 3D print it and start building it, we'll know what it's used for. So I'm fitting it now. There you go. So I'm gonna use the align to make it exactly in the center. There we go, I'm using the align. Oops, sorry, my bad. I'm doing it again. I want it exactly in the center, and I'm going to try it again. This time I'm going to do it all correct. Yes, okay, everything is good. Now I need to make it come down so that the hole can be inside the wheel. We don't need it outside, we need it inside the wheel. So there you go. I'm just making sure it's 0 so that it's exactly in the center. Okay, there we go, 0. So now it's ready to get grouped, and our front wheel is almost done. Okay, cool, it's done. And that's how I made the front wheel. The bearing is really important. Again, you'll get to know when we actually start fixing the parts together. So delete that. Yeah, I'm gonna undo it. I'm gonna stick with this wheel. So we need to 3D print 4 of this. After we are done with all the designing and all the video parts, you'll get to know how to 3D print it, how to send it to the 3D printer, connect it. So now we're gonna look at the next part, which is the back wheel. The back wheel is supposed to be bigger. If you actually look at an F1 car, the back wheel is a bit bigger. Okay, great. Think of this. Okay, yeah, so here's the back wheel. It has a smaller bearing and fits a hole for the shaft. We need to fix the DC motors, right? So we need the shaft for that. So I've created a hole for the shaft, and you'll be seeing exactly how to do it in a minute. So here I'm showing all the shaft measurement. You can pause it, note it down, and when you're doing it, you can follow the steps. So go. That's for the back wheel, and now we're going to go on the front axle. It's really important to make the front axle. It's one of the most important steps. It'll help turn the car. Okay, so here we are on the front axle. There's a few glitches, but I got fixed. So I won't be covering the entire F1 car in this video. I'm gonna divide it into subparts. So this is part 1. Okay, anyway, I'm just there. Yeah, so here is the ruler. You can see all the measurement. Sorry. Gonna take it again. Yeah, so here it is again. You can pause the video and write the measurements. It's no problem for me. Anyways, that's it for the front axle. Let's move on. So at the end of the series, I'm going to give a documentation where you can check all the measurements. I'll take screenshots of it, so you know what to make, and I'm gonna give the exact measurements also in that. So it's a full fledged document on Google Docs, which I will be sending. Okay, so here again, this is for attaching the bearing. It's also important. I'm zoomed. Actually, this may look big, but it's really small. Actually, I've zoomed in, as you can see, and again the measurements are here. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, yeah. Again, there's a bit lag, sorry. So everything has different measurement, different height. I'm showing everything right now, and there was a hole also in the middle. I'm just gonna regroup it so that I can 3D print it. And now I'm not gonna 3D print it now, but in the future videos I will. So here we go. Now we are going to make the base. You see, in every F1 car, the base is really important. It has a curvy like structure. Yeah, what exactly you're seeing here. You can make this simply in Tinkercad by using these very basic shapes and using boxes to make holes. Actually, we can call this a chassis. So front chassis. Sorry. Again, yeah, so the front chassis this is, and now I'm going to show you the back chassis, which there's also an attachment. So the back chassis. The back chassis, as you can see, there's a little point which we actually attach it to the front chassis. Again, you'll get to know when we 3D print it. It may look normal now, but not when you 3D print it. Okay. Again, it's 5 millimeters in height. Everything will be in the documentation. Okay, so here's the bearings. This is where you can attach the DC motors and all those. To attach the bearings. So again, I'm showing the measurements. You can just check it out. So it may show 74 and 89, all those. In Tinkercad, the measurement is in millimeters. So if it's 74, then it's 7.4 centimeters. You can measure it like that. Okay, what's the next? Next up is the gear. So I'll send a link in the description for a gear. It's it's another YouTube channel. Know him very well, so he will show you how to make the gears. It's very easy. You don't have to use any shapes. So anyways, now this is the front wing or the front nose. You may see this in every F1 car. I've used a scribble tool to make this. You'll see. I'm just going to show you the scribble tool now. It's 159 millimeters in width, and in length it's 23 millimeters. You can see I just showed you. So to make this accurately, I've used a scribble tool so that I can get the perfect shapes I want. Sometimes you may not find it in Tinkercad itself. oops, sorry, again there's glitch there. There were a few robots. Okay, so the last part for this video is the spoiler. So this needs to be exactly sharp so that it can cut through the air at the back, and this is very common to see in every race car. It's just behind, it's just above the trunk, and in this F1 car it's just above the trunk. So after we finish this, we just have to design the upper part. After that we can go to the electronics. You will see that in the future videos, probably in part 2. So that was it for this video. That's all for this video, no more. So thank you. Part 2 is coming up. All the links you need are in the description. You can just check it out. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys.